I was listening to Joe Budden talk on his podcast, his Saturday podcast, and they were making fun of Ice because Ice had a ride to school. He rode his bike to school. He couldn't go to the bodegas until he was a certain age. He didn't have to go through all that stuff they went through. He listened to his parents. He made good grades, and they like Joe. Like, I don't talk to people who did like that. Well, Joe, you're a high school dropout. Yes, you were successful. Yes, you were articulate. Yes, like you made it work for you. But just because you made that work does not mean that people are less than because they did not do that. Just because somebody doesn't make their road like more difficult, doesn't mean they're less than. Just because somebody did not experience what you experienced, did not rebel the way that you rebelled, did not live the way that you live, means that they're less than. It just means they have a different perspective. We all have different perspectives. Some perspectives are more relatable than others, and some aren't relatable. And guess what? There are some poor people who grew up in the hood who have a perspective I can't relate to. I can't relate to that perspective. I can relate to struggling, not having everything that you want. I can't relate to worried about where my next meal's coming from. I can't relate to not knowing if I'm going to be in this house again in the morning. I can't relate to that. But that doesn't mean that I can't relate to being treated differently because of the color of my skin. Doesn't mean that I can't relate to wanting something and not being able to get it because I don't have the means. That doesn't mean that I can't relate to, I don't know, walking into a room that you deserve to be in, that you've earned your way into, and somebody asking you, like, are you lost? Are you sure? You know how many times I've been in meetings at work and I'm the only person who knows what I'm talking about, and somebody goes, well, are you sure? Well, if I'm not sure, what the hell do you know that can like disprove what I just said? Nothing. Okay, then why the hell are you asking me questions? We all experience different things, but just because somebody doesn't struggle the way that you struggle doesn't mean that their struggle's not valid. It doesn't mean that their perspective isn't valid. No, I can't speak to life in the streets, and I don't want to. I don't want my kids to be able to. I grew up in the country on land. I want my kids to grow up in either the country on land or in the suburbs. Why? Because I work damn hard so that they can. So, black people, our culture is much more than criminal culture. We're more than that. Our culture is diverse, it's multifaceted, it's multi layered. Some of us are here and some of us are there. But no matter where we are, oftentimes we experience some of the same issues. But just because somebody hasn't gone through what you went through doesn't mean their experience isn't valid. Just because somebody went through more than you went through doesn't mean that their experience makes them more black. Nah, look at my skin color. Some light skinned people who've done some more black things than I'll ever do. But when they see me, they see a nigga.